Yes, our priority. Feeling good and relaxing. Enjoy your dream with Gugu Radio, the voice of future.
Thank you very much. Welcome, both of you, in our shows today, talk show. We're going to talk about a mental illness because this is the sickness affected a lot our community. Wana kama bonus so bara bita juba na gali, ayande damani simito a mental da ayana ga aser bi psychology bitana and bi aser bi bitana wukatir menas tana fi community manindo mayande o man mage weri lenas manga askutubo. We have a two staff here, two carer, one taban nasa, the people dealing with the mental illness. You're going to explain to us more today. I need to start with you guys. Anyone to introduce himself? I start with you, Florence first. Go ahead.
Hello, my name is, thank you. My name is Florence. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, my name is Florence. I'm from Melbourne, and I was here last week.
Yep.
I'm taking care of my children.
Yeah, there's a network. I think it's very difficult for her. Emmanuel, go ahead. She's coming back.
Salam alaikum, viewers, Radio Gugu. It's me, Emmanuel Yakani, and I got here from Melbourne. So I'm original, I'm in Yei, and I'm in Kakwa tribe. So I'm a mental health nurse. So I'm a Sakalina of Australia. I'm a body basit and background tie, and I can call us senior 6 for Uganda. Yana biga for Australia, yana jada kal fi madrasa, dakal fi madrasa bugul hina got a TAF or a diploma. So I'm diploma in nursing, and jara fi jama, biga jama bachelors of nursing. Yana ligo shakol, biga jada tan fi jama kaman, and ja amul postgraduate diploma fi mental health nursing. And kamana na continue magraya mashakol kaman ana jakala so masters mental health nursing.
Yeah.
So asa ana sakal for mustasfa ta hukuma kaman ma mustasfa tana sad malbele bugulo aboriginal de nasala aswe tabele de. So ana sakal ma government you kun over 10 years sasa yala ma aboriginal zela na bada sakal moment min latsia lakini sana sakal yomen fi mustasfa ta hukuma yala 3 يوم في مستشفى aboriginal health. أنا كان شغال في وورد بيقولوا كان بعرف بيقولوا شنو؟
What they بيقولوا
أمبر شغال في
أمبر yeah.
أنا شغال هناك ب4 سنة. أنا بقى جاري حال في community. أنا بقى شغال زي community case manager and أنا بقى طبعا أنا شغال زمان طويل. أنا بقى senior case manager. So أنا بشتغل أنا clients كمان أنا كمان بسuport staff اللي جداد or staff اللي كمان بعرف بتاعي al der مساعدة der سؤال der حاجة لمن der أنا بعرفه أنا برلمن. So they brief background about myself.
Okay, thank you very much, Emmanuel Yakani from Shepparton, Australia, Melbourne. So anyway, Anna bes biro meta san bro play some episode يعني Pacific Day gisa hasil في دولة بيقولوا فنزويلا دي في South America. أنا بشوف episode ده وأنا بجري تاني. طبعا الكوليج بتاعنا ودروا شوية ولكنه بيجري بعد شوية سننا بواصل.
Doctors at the El Pampero Psychiatric Hospital in central Venezuela invited us this summer to document a chilling new reality there, treating patients in a country where there were virtually no drugs. This is Margarita. She has schizophrenia and had no medication when we met her. She was being held in solitary confinement since the night before we arrived when she leapt onto her bunkmate and bit off her nose. The victim, Cleophila, was in another room being consoled by her sister, and the two were still in shock. There's a shortage of medication because of Venezuela's economy. A collapse in oil prices and years of economic mismanagement has meant the country doesn't have the hard currency to import many of the drugs these patients need to live ordinary lives. The El Pampero Hospital is only the start of the problem. Outside these walls, thousands of other patients have been released because their hospitals could not treat them. Here in the nurses' station, a kind of triage is happening. It was a typical day when we arrived. There were some medicines in the cabinet, but not enough for everyone. Now the nurses had to make a difficult decision of which patients would receive their pills and which would not. Who was the most stable? Who was suffering the most? Emiliana did not receive the medication that she needed. She has suffered from schizophrenia for years and is confined to a wheelchair. She moaned throughout the day of our visit. The nurses told us she has little food and no medication for her glaucoma, which they say has spread and leaves her barely able to see. She seemed trapped in another world, hardly able to speak to us. We could only make out a few words. "I'm not crazy," she said. "I'm hungry." Emiliana was eventually taken to her bed, where she continued her pleas. Nurses told us about another Emiliana, years before she came here. When she was young, she was educated, polite, and always clean, they said. It was after her husband died years ago that the first signs of schizophrenia appeared. That's when she was brought here to El Pampero by her family. The hospital also suffers from shortages of nearly everything else they might need. There's no soap, no shampoo, no toothpaste, and no toilet paper. Without medication, patients relieve themselves in common areas and in the patio. They clean themselves with just water. They've run out of new clothes as well, and what's left barely fits or has holes. Nurses have made makeshift belts out of pieces of rope to keep clothes from sliding off patients who are getting gaunt for lack of food. In the men's ward, some of the patients had violent behavior towards their families before doctors diagnosed them with schizophrenia. Nurses fear they are more likely to revert to violence again when they are unmedicated. Yet life continues here. It must, with medications or without them. And the nurses and patients pray for the day when the country will be stable again. For the New York Times, this is Nicholas Casey.
Yes. Thank you very much. Emmanuel Zamanina Semina fi we listen to this episode talk about the mental health في Venezuela تشوف the clinic and شوفوا يعني people suffering. There is no medication. Something Liberian reporter when they tell us a lot of things يعني very painful. What I'm going to ask you now, can you please share with us your experience working in mental health? Go ahead.
Thank you, Simon. Before I share my experiences, probably some of your viewers would like to know exactly what is mental health and what is mental health problems. So there's the difference between the two. So I have to define both of them before I can share my experiences. In regards to mental health, so the World Health Organization defines mental health as a state of well-being in which an individual realizes their own ability, can cope with the normal stresses of life, and can work productively and fruitfully and can contribute to their community. And it encompasses emotional, psychosocial, social well-being, and affects how individuals think, feel, and act. So one heading bigul mental health day, it bikun zora stable community bitak, it bagder istakal, it bagder agara, it bagder sardu nas bitak. So maf ajal bishilita wara. Yara fi definition tani bikelim gal mental health o bes mahajal gal min ayan au min quest o mental health o bes ze rula kidal to will gibada min setal tamam yala gurwa fi state al bigger worse yala ajele o bi جا في ناحية تجد كتار بعد مرة بيكون أو stress اللي بيجي كتير بيجي ما بقدر manage يلا بعد مرة trauma especially زي أنا هنا جنوبين أنا متأكد حتى أن كله نليف في trauma من ولدو نبس جين في حرب يلا culture أنا تانين دل كمان culture كمان very violent نقدر سلطنا من سكرين كده يكون very violent يلا جيتارا very traumatized. It's because of the cultural practice that we have. Yeah. So their situation is really very, very difficult. Yeah, there are so many different types of mental health problems. So like with psychiatrists, a lot of diagnosis depending on the symptoms you present. So diagnosis then mostly done by psychiatrists a psychologist. Yeah, طبعا من use في Bible بيقولوا DSM-5 Bible later that mental health صار من America. So طبعا psychiatrist من بقرا في السنة كتير صار من بماسة جالي كله طبعا كانت جاب جت جوا رجيسة تاكي من باس ما جيسة تاكي ده كله يا من بينقال إتا إندي ده كله من symptoms إتا جي present. So أنا بوري example بسيط هنا السبب الناس بعرفوا كان من شنو mental health problems شنو. So نمرة واحد بيقول anxiety disorders. They conditionally يكون generalized anxieties and panic disorder and social anxiety which can significantly affect our life. The social anxiety ده بعد مرة زول جن بيسمع كواف أو ما جت على برا جن كتير في جوا ما جت جال قدام ناس تاني ده بعد مرة بيكافوا أو حاجات على فوق كانوا عين زي أو أقرب كمان كانوا كافي جسم تزوج ولا بيجير نصاب ده يا ده واحد minimum يا نمرة 2 بيكون depression. So depression this includes major depression and persistent depressive disorder. It affects a large portion of the population and it can lead to serious emotional and physical issues. So depression day na psychiatrist mun bar galten depression day kanta shilu bikun over 2 weeks ita bes gen kida bes gisin takita ban ita bes gin no mitama niya tahazat kul bes yala kasbita physically ma fi haja batal. So they biga mun be diagnosed gale depression. The third one is bipolar disorder. So it's characterized by mood swings that include high emotions and low emotions. So ferritic depression, my bipolar day fine hiatani wala tabukun very very excited al murtakan dunya day kul hagak ita maginum ita dari stakalo ita dari bara ita dari alabu ita dari amulshunu yala fine hiatani tabes be crash tabukun wala very exhausted bes be spend most of your time bes ita genum bes ma fa tagamul wala tamani niya faja kulu number 3 بيقولوا psychotic disorder ده وين النهاية تو كمان كتير لكن commonality ده بس واحد most of the time زي واحد الناس مالك في فيديو ده في فنزويلا ده بيقولوا schizophrenia ده mostly notable by the example of individuals who experience distorted thinking perceptions and decrease in their daily function. So في حاجة بيقولوا positive and negative symptoms. البوزيتيف ده في حاجات اللي في راسك كان بدري ما في معك زي تقاسمه في ناس جونسو لكن كان في جنب تاعك انا ما بعرف نازل لك تقاسمه قال في ناس فلان جونسو بعد مره جي جونس براو جونس براو دي كلها كل عاد في جسم تاعك بعد ما تجي في قال ولا تعرفوا دي ده كلها ذاته معنا ذاته جيت مره اجل بنت الفكر ذاته لقيت ذاته mind إلا كمان ناس زي وليت ذاتي واحد وز بمرة كده بكين قال والله تعرفه والله جوز كلام الحقيقة ده أنا جيت أسبينا ده يلا بعد مرة النيجاتيف سيمتومز ده بيكون إتا خلاص بيجي mind نية تهجات إتا بس بنوم إتا بيكون تعبان يلا كان عيان ده كان دخل كتير في راسك إتا بيكون عندي بلوز إنسايت إتا ما بعرف حاجة الكويس ما بعرف حاجة البطال لكن تا الفيديو تكلم تا فنزويلا ده is the worst scenario. الحاجة mental health أو ما زلت نقولان في الفيديو ده mental health في أنواع بتو كتير maze dag de tir ana kan lena community na ikutu gal mental health de bes ze al has video dak ya nas ka fogo lakini o maze de fitan bugulo eating disorder de o conditions ze anorexia nervosa de ita ikutu ita mader akolo ita gifel gal walai ita semin so ita mader akolo lakini goto ta banjo god ita mader akolo tande bugulu bulimia nervosa de ita ba akolo ke tira tabira aturs bara yalta bira amul exercise ke tir bes santa der kita nezl kita makoni di weight yala tande bugulu binge eating ita ba akolo akolo santa sabanta gifel kanta mata ita masabanta bizigin akolo yala tani bugulu post traumatic stress disorder de ligona experiences trauma ze tanna fibelit na war gebilia ta musakil tanya kama bugaro shinde nas dugu nas katolo musakil fi bed bad mara fertika fi bed yal sibum yal mar fasemen bibeni wen abu ma fi wel kan umma ma fi ya tulak bata ke tir ya giji bajita antaraze tani bikun kaman bugulo obsessive compulsive disorder de bes frasa bes gijagal kasuliden ya sama tadera kasuliden aw nedif do attaque nedif kede kun nedif bes bikun obsess fogo bes ya sama tadera bes amla haje nefsa wayde ana tandak de bikun substance use disorder ajat de medisa ajat de drugs finance ke tir bas medisa finance bishil drug lakin finance anin kanimo na asru medisa aw silu drug walo gitala mo junun so ya kanta asru buyalta biga tagama rakata biga mako sandak musasfa ya mun bar gal zolle mag o kan masru medisa o kan mashilu drug o kwes kanu shilu ya ajade kulu gija which means they biga substance induced psychosis lakin fi zaman to kanta gen shilu ajade kaman aketro biga jakon permanent kan biga permanent biga kan yomal kan biga marhala biga insala kanta mashiru buli kanta shilu drugs ita lisan inda ajadi frasa ke ya umun biger biga diagnosis zai kin bijakon schizophrenia kin bijakon tani barao
because yes, Emmanuel, before you go further, best anakuta there nasal anagasalu, I want to ask a question about the system of medication algeni yuzu sanzema shibna bitafanzuela talking no medication yala inu taban halade taban min zol different إذا ما ذكرت إنه في يا تو في زول تلقاه بيكون ليزي بس داير النوم كتير في تاني بس داير ما داير يشوف ياي الناس بقفل نفسه توجه أودا طيب علاج بتاعه شنو؟ الدواء تو شنو؟ أوكي go ahead.
دواء ده بس ما واحد زانا كلمة ده diagnosis ده كله different يلا كل diagnosis ده عندي أدوية تو برا يلا من كله even واحد diagnosis ده عندي أدوية تو كمان في كتير But mara bolita dawa de ma bisakal maita au bikuita bikuni the side effect ya ita berata le dictor biger dawa de uletane ladi fi marhala ita biga bilgo dawa bitakal bikun quiz mark katale dawa quiz mark ita bigeni quiz sabi is ze kulu zol zanna kulu ita bisakal ita bikuni di mara ita bikuni bis amali hiya kula quiz so mental health de ma hajal cap obese diabetes we high blood pressure will atu ita can give manage quiz ita biish quiz.
Yeah, we got the fi question fi zol sumu George the canon in Melbourne. Yeah, ask you question, girl. You say talk about the treatment by clozapine. What does clozapine? Because some we say girl has a brother, who can affected. For Dr. Gal Kali use clozapine for who can girl they're not happy with. Treatment by clozapine. Can you tell us a little bit about how the clozapine affected for treatment? That's a kalam bita John.
Kelim de gal kuluma diagnosis in the different adwa bito. For me, kanta diagnose ma de bigulo schizophrenia de. Yala woman in the field lines of medications woman body dawa de number 1 kan mon jerbu ma sakal mak mon bi jerbu numero 2 masakal mak mon bijir min talata masakal mak yala clozapine they are the last line of treatment they dawa goy al before wulita dawade ba mulu kasib because bu dom taki because bu hat taki because bu kuluze de kan kul quest yalla mon wulita dawade yalla mon be monitor every month before the datani braka si dom taki ba gale ma faja tan batal gas fi gisin taki kan fi haja batal gas fi gisin taki
Be stop.
be stop dawade so ze joji gas alde kele joji makafo so dawade odila kutode isan shinu jeribu adawa ke tir mastakal ya biga godilo dawade ana stakal maklans ke tir al raf mahalde fitan jawdu dawade wala la rasa gadin kwesin sese ajadi kula kan mon badimar galder katul badon badimar deram lushunu badimar shunde ke tirto biga wegif makalis bikun fi besit lakin makalis taban dawade yes dawa cab in this lot of side effects lakin naslakatir gi monitor gain iya zaman every month ana mata akid akutode kulu mashar gura fi dictor di bada mina psychiatrist yala kanta biga wosu marhal quest bishuli tabiga fi le GP taki biga GPI before up minak
yeah community agent community command
yeah kan another self community day anna kan biga ita biga settle we are doing well taban nagi jari farol kitir gijal nak na brahal de biga le GP taki biga ita before up my GP lakin every 6 months GP taki birasta wara le psychiatrist either private or to jali public ini bira mulita tani assess tani kef ajadi gura meta kef gisna kimashi kef adu demas kef
yeah that's good yeah anina keda lisa muwasilin Florence ya dakar yeah welcome Florence again we know we speak anina wonusu katir yeah ana arif ita you face difficult with our network lakin now you settle now bigger quiz so taban yaw anina taban yaw ana bas ana badu shortcut taban anina kan explain fi episode anina kan play ita kunta ma mawjud بيتكلم موضوع mental analysis ده في فنزويلا كان شوت لكن وكالسو طبعا هدف بتاعي انه قصة قاعدين نناقش الموضوع بتاع الدواء البالجو طبعا في different diagnose بتاع mental illness so انا ده نشوف your view as a big experience work في industry ده يمكن تقدر تبوري لنا audience كمان يعرف انه experience كيف في مجال ده go ahead.
Yeah, as I have said in the last interview, I'm a support worker in mental health, but I have ideas of some medication that they take, which is like risperidone and a lot, and then there are like to stabilize their moods in the daytime is different medication like Ritalin and there are a lot, yeah. So this is from experience from those whom I work with, but I don't have a lot of knowledge about like medication and prescriptions.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah. Okay, in your view, يعني في رأيك مثلا أنت قاعد إنه مثلا mental health في community هنا إذا كنا ونسوا بعرف جوا يعني وكيف يعني تقدر تشوف affected بتاعه كيف الحاجة ده مرض ده كتر زيادة ولا مرض ده وشوية يمكن بقدر بعالجه.
أنا جا من environment and culture atmosphere براو إني إننا كسودانيين أو كأفريكانز إننا جيدوا بقوتنا حتى لو في أي علامات بتاع mental illness جيبينه إننا avoid it إننا بس يعني بيعملوا زي ده لكن أنا قاعد نقول إنه mental health في كتير في community تبعينه أنا ما بقدر أتكلم deep لكن تبعينه في ناس جيروا في ظروف ده تبعينه في ناس هم مروا بحاجات ده لكن ما بقدر ونسوا لأنه سيدو ده كان ما بونسه كان ما جا كلم قال أنا عندي كده كده ولا أنا كيف كده ما بعرف يلا إنه عنده حاجة إنه بونسه ما بعدوني. فحتى زول أنا برا ونسوا له إنه أنا يا جماعة أنا جي experience كده كده زول داك ما عنده knowledge كان ده mental illness ولا ما mental illness. So ما بقدر direct أنا بقدر روح وين. So community then needs a lot of information about mental illness. They need a lot of sessions عشان هم you know هم بعرفوا قال في mental illness وأنا كان جي مرور بظروف كده وظروف كده ده معناته I'm going to it, you know. Yeah. So في sometimes ناس ما بقدرون بالليل بعد مرات ده بيكون كثيرة لكن other times يمكن في حاجات في symptoms you know يمكن ده part of it. Other times also yeah I believe mental illness في community لأنه as hard working people ما أنا ما أجي لاحظ إنه حاجة ده يأثر لكن إنه بس يدور بس إذا من واحد حاجة لتاني من واحد حاجة لتاني. For example أنا زول type 1 في Enneagram يعني أنا زول أنا بدأ حاجة أنا دار كلاسو so أنا بكون هنا أنا بكلاسو أنا بروح نوتو في محل تاني أنا دار كلاسو so ده affect health تاعي affect mental بتاعي you know. So as hard working people إن في حاجة ده نجي مرور بو لكن بس معرفته كان الناس عرفوا قال ده حاجة ده فيه أنا بقدر ساعده كان تانيين عرفوا لكن هو ما أقدر أقبل إنه ده أيام ولا ده حاجة ده مساعدة. Yeah, I think دول ده كده فكر مرتين عشان يساعد نفسه.
Yes. Okay, Emmanuel, can you add something, please? Sometime in our community, a lot of people has these things. Like in Magi or publicly, Tabanasgi can get shy sometime. Why you get affected? Taban behavior Tanasgi girl. Go ahead. What is your thought?
طبعا في نهي فوق الشغل انا شغال فوق ده انا بشتغل فجر بيقولوا evidence based انا بشتغل فوق ده كل بيعملوا ريسيرش فوق يعني انا جيوز فوق so على الحقيقه أنا mind the evidence base of a research about the South Sudanese community in Australia. Like out of my experience, I've seen a lot of people who are struggling with mental health and mental illnesses. Yeah. But out of that, most of the time, as Sister Kelim, it's not a matter about hiding, it's a matter of seeking help. So if you are not seeking help for the little you have, it'll be stand loud, book or bigger tell worse, can bigger tell worse. There's no way out. Whether you like it or you don't like it, you will be taken to be treated, especially here in Australia.
Yes.
The last week, our sister talked about her experience. They had a cooler I'm observing and I'm working with it at the hospital. So ita kanar gal faja gidi stabita abad mata gamla faja tal gasalta man normal later ita be better the GP be better first line of treatment mu o kanan biga siete gil bi rasul biga psychiatrist biga out psychology tani that major medication but the low counseling and that's enough like anta si budget biga dakal te gil ita biga also marhal na good sugal lack of insight marhal ta mabarfo hal ita quiz ita maquiz anna ban gal ita gi struggle la kita mabarf so bar marta bram la hadal zat batal ya kan biga enta zede biga zorin kin fi street bidugu le police ya taban fi Victoria biga police hina kana won sugal fi zol ben kan in the mental health issues gam la hadat kita fi shera kita masa police bijama zol ta mental health mon team to ngene gala pesa team.
They have a good trio, much? Trio.
Triage from Sesva.
Yeah,
I can tell you for community. I am for community. Woman be my police, my mental health clinician. They not necessarily nurse. And I go work as a team. Fitness psychologists, fitness physiotherapy, community and services and kula na kula kalin mahal wahid. So mun bija mun biasa sita mun bodu tagalas ma ita ma kwez another shift of musesfa ita kanaba fi gonun bikutu da fi assessment order bishilita begua police bi zaman de police be dakalu bi gobta begua bikuta fi arabia bishilita fi musesfa ita kan sakala ma police taban police indi gonun temun kaman mun badal kita gumon mun bi tay zaita ya bi taki yala bota fi musesfa lakin kanta magam haja batal police ma bila mesita kul mun bes weg beitna zolia bes bons ma ita rudu ambulance fi dakata fa ambulance bra musesfa mun bes gitna musesfa na mun biral temun bi ka inak debe belajita.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Okay, Karen bro, fi short break and you need to say something, Florence.
Yeah, I want to add something. With police, and if Zolda or mind the order, them in experience, Zolda can not under any order. Police lo Zolda ma aba der ma der ruwa ma bag da silu be go. Lakin lo ugi disturb community, wala ugi disturb hatta lo fi bet Zolda kan fi bet وناس دي جا وأبروا ما بقدر شيلو بقوة one sometimes بيحسوا لكن كله في under order اللي هو لازم وبيكون بيشيلوا medication ولا لازم يروحوا في المستشفى ومن بيشيلوا ده من experience أنا اللي بقول so لكن لو في الشارع هو disturb community they will take him they will take him by force.
أنا زي mental clinician نبجا assess it يلا نباينو it risk the community out to yourself. Then never be better. Like at my risk to anybody else, be better. Like in battle to bigger, Bukra battle worse can my little treatment because the and the it a dead treatment. So come to treatment. Because worse, so like I was better just marhal like I just shoot a bigger beguade.
Yeah. Okay, can I roll for short break quick? For commercial break.
You are listening to Gugu Radio 24/7 from morning to evening every day. It's the best traditional culture and entertainment radio online. You can download from Google Player or App Store. Gugu Radio, the voice of future.
Okay, thank you very much. And in Brijatani, learning discussion, I think it's very, very, very fantastic. وكويس كالس أنا فيه أشياء كويس كالس أنا الناس يستفيد من بس أنا كنت قاصل تكون تاني في موضوع بتاع إنه أنا ما أقدر كل بعد حاجة تانية أنتوا ونسوا حاجة ده كله مسج تاكم شنو الكوميونتي بتاعنا بالذات يعني ساعة السوداني يعني بالنسبة للناس تلقى في زول هو زول بيشرب الكحول وبكون حاجة زي اندومنتال ذاته من كلا الكحول وسكران بريسة فراسته وبكون زول تلقى وسكان ما بيهتم بجسمته ولكن زول نورمال يعني انت ممكن بونس ما كويس everything is right. Deep, what type of the mental like this يعني كده مسج تاكم شنو للناس اللي ما جدد وبالنسبه للعيال اسفيات تانيين يعني في ذاك البير وصل تينجا تلقى جانا بس داري جيني جوارا sometimes وبكون عنده behavior كده بتشين وما دار ونس وما اي زول كله بس بقفل نفسه توجه اوضه تتو يعني بس بروح كان دار بيشيل اكل باكله وبس وما قام ولا يتعد. It will not look experience, your experience in this industry. Please, message takum juru the community. What your message you need to tell our community? Go ahead, Emmanuel.
الحقيقة يا جماعة mental health day ما قالوا أو بكوتا زول بيكون abnormal أو ما كده ما زال كله أو that as normal as we are. أجل بس happens episodes بعد مرة حاجة بس بيجا بعد مرة بيكون ما في لكن كان عندي treatment كويس it become very stable as anybody else. You can work, you can have family, you can do everything as everyone has. Fitness and Zatu or become based in the one episode of mental health problems. They can have the best one hit matter. That's entire. Fitness and best becomes the global situational crisis. Thinking woman fatigue marab to class so big class crazy class so figure class junior day class entire mo class. Like any kind of class, I would do counseling or shunu zere. I did class fat. That is it, mafitani. So kinas makafugal mental health goy. No, it's not. Ile can be a worse because we stab. Like in most of the time, as here we are very like governor for Australia Day, there's a lot of services within that. It mentioned about alcohol.
Yeah.
Alcohol, well, the drugs, finance kuchar issue alcohol and drugs. Like in finance and vulnerable. It are vulnerable day, it can shilu le message de to wali. Din good mental attack worse. Yara it can fit treatment, it can gishilu adware, kamanta gishilu merisa ama drugs, or jeopardize treatment plan that they be carable. Maybe couldn't quiz because the recovery plan that might work quiz. So the only thing is you stay away from it. It can back there, shilu suya quiz. Can I get back there? Mata shilu. Kanta isa lana zata nasa mind the mental health issue. It can ask Merisa. Can Merisa give it Joe Taki? Can you tagi Rasugu? Go to my police. After second of Mara Taki bait, the Bergil Ial, Dugu bait, Mata Merisa. Like I take shilu the akil. Shilu Benizam. That's perfect. That akil enough better day. Gakul Sambala. It have say mean Sambala Bukra, you are dead. So
Blood pressure.
moderation is the most important thing.
Yeah. Okay, Florence, what is your thought? It is well and as it is.
Yeah, another encourage family and Indians this struggle with Marisa. From my studies, I knew that Zoltan to Marisa for a long time. Who they are seeing Marisa, it's not easy. It's very hard, and it requires support in kullu nawahi. Sometimes we like in Sudanese, we love to judge people. لأنه زول اللي في مريسة ده لو دار سيبوا مريسة and who guide في environment الناس بيجاجوا all the time, where will he go? Who will يرجع في مريسة تاني? So please, my advice is كان عنده ناس struggle في أهل تنا في community تنا or family member كده نساعده. One of العلاجات اللي بيساعدوا زول ده كده get rid of شراب مريسة برا من medication وبرا من rehab and all these things, and I believe support the family. Support the family is important. Family has to take it this issue very serious. كدما ينوزل بشراب وقدر جري يعني وياهو ما دير مريسة البلد ده بالذات very hard to let go. لو انت جاني فوق more than 2 years. وكمان ما إيال عشان diagnose the mental illness ولا whatever بيبينوا حتى young people في جوابات. As a parent, as a sibling to family, you will straight away realize إنه في مشكلة. سيدو ده لو ما قرب قالوا he's going through something، لكن أنت في بيت مودة أنت بلاحظ في something change. كان إيال كان ناس كبار أنت بلاحظ. Maybe you let go first time, second time, but third time you need to intervene عشان انت بيساعدوا, you know. وكويس تو مدارس كمان بيساعدوا as I said last interview. مدارس هم بيدوروا فوق ده بيساعد شديد. يعني هم بيلاحظ في changes happening في إنسان ده ولا في زول ده. So كدنا observe كدنا you know watch كدنا عينومن you know كأننا لاحظ في أقل حاجة يعني is wrong, let us intervene and let us help them.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. There are so many factors, especially for Belede. Our parenting style is one of them. Yara culture ta Belede kaman. Yara social media kaman. As I made big up, parents made responsibility. Kan jana kaman ngenge de wodilo telephone wodilo iPad. Jana kan biga ma iPad kalas akir na biga nyet. Yara haja dia gijibu addiction. Kanta kan gala addiction. The addiction day is not only from drugs and alcohol. Now social media day is another addiction as well. It's becoming a big problem. Yeah. Even in Kobarde, these days we spend a lot of time on our social medias, and then we don't even have time for our own children. Yala ma financial situation da belde kaman. Mara shakara jil sakal na sakalin nin chocolate, taras chocolate. ما في الزمن الاسبارنسي في بيت يلي بس من براو من كان ديرا من شنو كيف بيتو من نفس الفادي وانا قصار كنا قصار جلوسا كنا سادي يلا كنا جبر جيال يا ديك برجل في بيتين كوس انا ما في سوبرفيجن ليال كل جنا ده دايركشن كل انسان ده دايركشن ده جل سكر كان ما في دايركشن يتبع برابا سامبلا بيزري يا مسكنا جيل جوف اني في بلده.
Thank you very much Emmanuel. كده نمشي في شورت بريك قبل النهايه سنه بيجي ونس موضوع بتاع NDS program اللي انت عاوز تتكلم فوق كمان مع فلورنس. Let's go.
From the heart of the world, are you listening and enjoying Gugu Radio? No matter what, keep your faith and values. Keep your trust and empathy. Gugu Radio, the voice of future.
Okay, thank you very much. أنا طبعا ده في دي النهاية أنا قريب من النهاية بتاعنا ده program. أنا ما بقول ده نهاية لكن لسه بكون عندنا part 1 part 2 و part 3 وكده. لكن ما سن رسالة تنا يعني مسج تنا كلرو للكوميونتي directly indirectly أنا شايف من كتير جاي شاهدوا وفي ناس جاي يستمع في برنامج. أنا بس كنت داير أسأله إيمانويل and Florence about the NDS program لأنه إنت إيمانويل قلت عندك في project بتاع NDS طبعا ياو بيساعدوا ناس اللي سو كان disability. لأن mental health is part of the disability as well. Go ahead.
Yeah. شكرا سايمون. طبعا أنا شغال في مالطا area of mental health. I've been worked here for over 10 years. I have a lot of experience in this area. Since I have this experience, I should open an NDS company. So then the company, I back the Sado, Manasanato community. So it's talking about the Hope Care Services. So can Zola let us know more details about this company? Please, Simon will put my details on the system. You can get it, email and phone. You can call me for more information. And if you need support from us, we are there to help all of Australia. Ana gisakal fi marhalata staffing. I'll employ staff to look after the clients. Like in NDS coordinator, I'll be manage finances. The son of my is Bruce. Nazira will manage finances, go for all different things that go to the client. They can client their physio, their speech therapy, coordinator there be do like it manage staff. There are marhalata for go. If you are happy to get support from me, and I'll be employed, and I'm in a group, and I'm cool, mostly professionals, special nurses for different areas. I'm mentioned barafit and into children, to cool, so I'm employed staff ali, I'll be quick mark, cultural appropriate and sensitive. So can staff there in the Muslim mark, we can change, we can bring for you somebody I'll Duram and what Yaltaki ama Abutaki will Ukutaki will Muntaki by new quest. That's the Mohim na the community bitana. So the community can go cultural tailored programs because then as the ability in them. Gabata and the cool in Makana Junubin, man in a Haja Zede, or Anna Junubin in a yard Ketir, are in the autism, Ketir in the mental health. Like in my Talin the Magazat Musada, figure if bed Abutaba name Marfum Bam Chinu, like in Mungaidin base because when I sick help outside there. It can get my yard, come on quest. Like in a body Shinu, body legal program like tobacco dura, Bishilia Limkin be your men, Bishilubara, African Zul, Bijashil bed, body an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, and tobacco dura. And the bigger taban go bigger mathi, ini ukuma body, gina this seal, Bodomon bed, employment staff 24/7, staff gan wara bitomon, staff Baraka Bulomon, Bishilmon Bara, activities, yeah, you could buy no Bishil Musesfa, programs that Kulu buy no. Yeah,
that's wonderful. Florence, can you add something about the project with the NDS
أنا بشتغل بس as a support worker لكن شنو أنا عندي عيال who are under NDIS, okay? And thank you for the information, Emmanuel. أنا عندي experience مع ناس اشتغل مع عيال تاعي و I went through a lot كلام تاع ناس إيه بس أنا ما داير أجيب ناس تانيين كده جا be provider ولا support workers من ناس تانيين. أنا داير ناس تانيين ياو كده جا كده ونشتغل because at the same time we're giving them chances إن هم بي get employed هم بيشتغل ده aim تاعي إنه كده الناس كله try this work كده الناس لقوا في أشغال كويس. أنا ما جيت استفيد أي محل هنا، أنا بس لكن أنا كنت مع providers ناس تانيين ذاته ده حاجات اللي هم نعملوه وحاجة صعب like أنا جا لقيتها أوكي، أنا جا لقيتها عشان أنا لقيت راسي تاتا زول تاعي عندها كده تشتغل إنت ياوجي run حاجات هناك run it honestly، لكن take advantage I know about NDIS تمام، لأنه أنا شغلت في NDIS I know everything. إنه they train us every 3 months في محل شغل تاعنا، ودي لنا معلومات وإننا عارفين قوانين we know everything. يعني الطريقة اللي أنا بيشتغل بو لناس ثانيين I believe أنا دير ناس كده يشتغل the same way العيال تاعي. أنا مريت بناس يعني أمن took advantage كويس عشان أنا بيزي مع شغل وحاجات دي، حتى كلام قروي ده they took advantage جامد فوق. So I'm proud of all of you. Get try open حاجات زي ده انتكم بقى في شغل ده which is really very good، لكن شغل بhonesty وكويس عشان انت ما بتخسر، لانه احنا كبارنتس انك عم تجيبوا ليتكم عيال تهنا ان دير فول كير ان دير honesty ان دير حاجات اللي انا نتكلم كده امشي. انا كأمة عندي حق، انا بيغير، انا بيوقف، انا بعمل حاجات عندي حق، ما في زول بقدر اوقف. انا القال انا كده، انا ممكن انا بجا لقيت الليله وانا بقول انا ما داريت بكره، ده حق تاعي كويس، لكن انا ما دار انا جاني في بروفايدر، انا جاني 3 انا بدي تشانس 3-4 سنة، لكن لما يكون كتير انا قلت له يلا نمرة 2 انا كان قلت له ناس زعلان، لكن انا ما لقوا ولا انا داير خدمه ولا انا داير، انا ما قاعد نلقاه. So please ده كده اي زول القاه اسمع الناس الشغل تاكم بأونسي. قروي ده ده من حكومة لقيتكم ويتكم بيمبلوي ناس للشغل، ناس بيشتغل وبنفس الوقت إنه دي الخدمات الكويس بيجي العيال تاعنا.
ده كلام كويس.
أنا highly professional staff. We work with our regulations and rules, and we are very, very honest. And we are not managing the finances. We NDIS coordinators, they like to manage finances. We are only given for the service offered, and that is it. We are not touching the money. So that is a different organization running it. Because the chain of NDIS, different groups between the NDIS company, the coordinators will distribute the hajat al-kul dera molo. Kalenda ta workers be jibu specifically base le workers ma fajatani ketir min dak. Tana provide tailored, cultural sensitive program. Zemata kelim kanta ma mutama service tanda. We are happy for you to find somebody else. Ma fi nenge ma fajatani. That's a job we have been doing. Even we work with our clients. Some of them will say, I don't want you to be my case manager. I was like, okay, there's no problem. I'll go and present so they can find for you another person. Honest is the truth, and honest is the best. Yeah. For us, we work under registration. We are registered by the government, so we don't want to lose it.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm going to answer the question. A question if a gas support coordinator or area coordinator?
Area coordinator is different. Support coordinator is different. And then for us, we are the providers.
Okay. Yeah. So if a mind that support coordinator في هناك بتاعك في company بتاعك؟
أنا ما عندي داك ده. Support coordinator بيكون different. أجي أجي كله. تاري بس أنا أجي provide service. أنا أجي employ staff. I'll be provide service. So as coordinator زي بس بيجيبوا جروز بس تا ناس اللي عمل سكر كانوا سكر how many hours? That is it. كانوا ما سكر نادي ما بدلوا جروز. depend for hours.
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, in the technology, cool recording for technology. Yeah, technology na business get parenting nak. Yeah, body hours like cool. Yeah, cool. Is like I'm na auditing. Cool, very clear. I'm not every year. I'm na auditing. Government go through that. Be check cool. Yeah, cool clear.
Yeah. And I'm talking about providers, alumni in the support coordinator in the office.
Yeah,
You know?
and
So I know every payment. I know every payment. Gija the support coordinator, yellow support coordinator.
Yes.
will approve any Gija. I saw it along that support coordinator. Yeah, but I'm talking about those who have support coordinators within the company.
Yes, that is a different one.
I went through it. Yeah, I went through it, and so I'm just being honest and advising. Yeah, advising.
I've
those
also
who
gone
are
through that because I've worked with. Yeah, I've also gone through that. I've worked with all this different organization. All the African barao, Kawajat, the Indians. Some of my clients are angry. Someone mental day. But the matter when Maggie go service and India but the matter that Maggie Shilumon bar, but the matter go the best transport money, which is not true. Most of the time, and I get advocate for them. I will go up and explain that this is not happening. They have to change providers. So I always stand up for them.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah. I was before we handling. I could ask about the especially some kids that have a mental illness, for example. Yeah, and into halatu the treatment. LNDS come on back there be support. Yeah, they provide some support for them or mafia support.
And is there broad, kulu le physical health, le mental health, le disability, kulu. Woman kulu can, as long as you are affected, you cannot do some of the things that you're supposed to be doing, and then they give you the funding so that those services that you can't do, especially sometimes you be itama back the rakabu, atama back the hamam, yaramud be employed zone, is and be hell bit of area dak.
Is older and the yelman be pay is older.
Yes.
Yeah, and they will go to the skill care. All right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. That's fantastic. Any question again, Florence?
No, I agree with him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Florence, if you have any questions, give me a call. We can have a chat.
All right. No worry. Okay, guys. I think our program is finished now. Fantastic. Our discussion. I want to question more with the mental health. What if not a positive or negative way with our mental health? Well, Tabande and Abugul, this is part 1. And we can see if in the future never normal part 2. So never discuss with the Bokun Fizol Tani, come on by Jam, but Okun can add attack on Bizidu Show, and Lana Bokun more. Lana therein that people need to talk something very clear. Besides the model with the NDS support, Lana financing problems with disability, non-disability, different illness. Yeah, and both their support, Lana Nasma Barfin Sikata, Jadeb Nasba Mulkif, besides for community. يعني تلقى جنب في جنة تلقى يمكن ولده مشكل دو كيف بس جنب بس بيمشي سنترلينج لكن وما بيعرف إنه في organization can be help. Yeah, you need to say something or something, Emmanuel.
Yeah, أنا بس ده كان قال في حاجة أنا قصة فوق طبعا تعرف أنا كتير بعرف fast aid, right? في كمان fast aid في mental health. So program الجاي تاندك ده إن شاء الله أنا بجاون about fast aid in mental health. Deshunu alana bayanu can feel when our loved ones are struggling, and how can we help before we can get support in? Very, very important. Mental health first aid is very, very, very important for all of us. It's good skills that everybody in the community should be able at least to know about that.
Yes, that's
and
fantastic.
Can fee communities they want to invite me to come and give speech about mental health. I'm available. So I did last time to a community in Brisbane, and they were really, really happy. And they invited me back in April to also present about mental health. So probably I might be traveling there, or I'll just do Zoom to present to them.
Yes. Okay, Florence, you have last thing? Say.
No, a question to Emmanuel. Do you do the training or we just do the
No, I'm not.
The mental health first aid. Okay. Yes, session.
I mean, I can present the sessions, but not that because I'm very good in this area, but I'm not the trainer. Because the trainer, when you have to train people who have certificate of mental health first aid, then you become their trainer. But other back the train, not mind the certificate. But for me to provide you with certificate, which means I have to do that training. Yeah.
Yeah. Any question? Okay, thank you very much, guys.
Yeah,
Thank you, Flora.
Just to add, sorry, CHISM and there are other institutions that provide mental health first aid. If anyone who's watching is interested to do it.
Yes. Can you say something? All right. Okay. Thank you very much, guys. Yani Ana Bugul, our discussion fantastic. Florence and Emmanuel, thank you very much for your time with us today on Gugu Radio. We'll see you next time in part 2. يعني بكون كويس النقاش بتاعنا بكون كثير وانا كمان بهاي الجمهور بتاعنا. إذا زول عنده question, please follow us in our YouTube account or Facebook as well. The comment any comment سننا بقدر بنواصل. وعدي كان سايمون باشا معكم من الاستديو بتاع جوجو راديو وانا بقول باي باي وانا بليمه في زمان.
With years of experience, Gugu Radio has been broadcasting live 24/7, promoting culture and identity while empowering people to embrace their heritage and traditions across the nation. Gugu Radio, the voice of the future.